We born on different continent. We speak the different language. We grow up on the different culture. But our dream is the same. Dream to go fast, dream to build the greatest race car. Your dream, my dream, together we can make this happen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our world. The Phoenix front suspension is still a headache. The problem's still there. But today we have the Bruce Robinson, the suspension expert. He gonna do his measurement. Hopefully this time with the new solution, we will solve the Phoenix problem. All right, let's get to work.
It's amazing what we can do in a two-car garage, huh?
Did you feel small?
Well, small. I sent you the picture. You see how packed mine is. I haven't had a car in there in 5 years. Yeah. You know? Basically got its aftermarket in the back too.
Yeah, they.
Okay, so full type of suspension. Okay. And you even have toe links back here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have to align the rear too. All right.
So either way, the rear is go left, the car will go left. The rear go right, the car will go left.
Yes.
And then the rear is in either way. So
yep.
See, they have this very weird short hydraulic system.
Okay.
But for somehow the bottom of this sleeve used to be wiggling.
I saw that, yes. And then so you welded that on.
Yeah,
okay.
and then the suspension actually, when the car on the air, you hold the wheel, you push it, the suspension is wiggling like that.
Oh, no good. Okay.
That's why
you did that.
Welded.
Okay, makes total sense.
Today I'm gonna send out this out, make sure the
pistons
go up and down.
So where's the oil at?
The oil is in here.
The oil is in there.
Yeah, very less oil. They have like about quarter of oil.
Okay, and no oil goes on the top of it?
No oil goes on the top.
Before the seal goes in?
Yeah. I don't know how this thing was built, you know?
Yeah.
This suspension is very weird.
Yes, it is.
Basically, they just make the tube and then they throw the hydraulics inside to make it look like a suspension. But actually, it's not an actual real suspension. That's why I tell you it's wiggling a lot.
Yes.
You know?
And what weight oil goes in there?
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Maybe very thin.
Who makes these?
This is gonna be the great documentary.
I don't know about being on camera though.
You good?
I've never been. I don't want to be a celebrity.
You look great.
If it goes fast, then we're a celebrity. If it doesn't, I was never here. And you see right now, you're sitting at 4 degrees of caster.
Okay.
That is not enough for this car, Fong. You need about 8. So we're going to have to shorten. You have plenty of adjustment in there. So we're going to have to pull that forward. Is that going to influence your axle in any way?
No,
because you have have enough movement there.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So then when we pull that forward, it's going to pull the whole bottom of the spindle. So we're going to have to check how the rack comes out because that will change the steering axis inclination of the car also.
Yeah.
But that's showing me just on the lift, because this one's still locked, that we got some caster to put in this. Because when that thing's pulling, your caster is basically going away.
Yeah.
You're losing it. And it's like having the loose wheel on a shopping cart. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it perfect. Here's your magnet for you.
Yeah, so me and Bruce, let's go old school here.
Old school.
We don't have any high tech, so this is the only option we have.
We don't need lasers. We're going to do it with bubbles and stuff.
Tell me how high it go.
Good. Okay.
So Bruce custom made the plate. That's you know, like the wheel, so he can adjust on that plate. You know how far it go. We mark the suspension. That's how far it's travel up.
have a 3/4 inch wrench? Or... Okay. We're there. Now I'm just presetting because they're inch travel indicators. So I'm just trying to get to where I have positive and negative movement.
Yeah, so basically Bruce kind of set up his gauge, try to level from the floor because the garage floor is not perfect. So he tried to get the tool at level so he can set his gauge. We are in 0 right now.
I'm gonna move this a little bit just because it's...
Yeah. Like I say, I got 0 experience on the stuff what you do, and so I have no idea what you do, so I just watch you do it.
No, we're gonna teach you how to do it.
I build the engine, I make it run, I make it high horsepower, but suspension is some different world to me.
Okay, so what we've got is this is just our basic test setup because we've got other things we need to do. But we want to see where we're at to start with.
Yeah.
So we went back to the taller spacers from when you were in Florida, and where gauges are set at 0 now.
Okay.
So we are going to raise the car an inch.
That's why you make this play.
Yes.
So actually it's go up, and now you see how much percent,
Yes, sir.
degree they
That's
change.
exactly what it's doing.
Okay, I got it
so
now.
We marked the center of the strut to 1.5 inches.
Okay.
3-inch travel strut.
Yeah.
We are right there. We are now going to jack it up approximately 1 inch.
Okay.
And we're going to record what gauges move to.
Okay.
Then we're going to lower it back down to where the strut is fully extended.
Yeah.
So we're going to see the full arc of what Phoenix is doing.
Got it.
And we don't like what she's doing.
I can jack it up and push it down. So you tell me when to do it.
So, let me grab my notebook right behind you there. All right, let's go up approximately 1 inch.
1 inch.
Yep. Okay, sorry. It's moving big time, so actually come back down. I need to pay more attention. Keep coming, let her come down till we can see the line again. Okay, come back up. All right, let me just 0 again. Okay, so let's go super slow.
Go up or go down?
Up.
Up.
So watch the gauge. You watch this one. We got to make sure we count the full rotations.
Yep.
Okay?
It's not 0.
Yeah. That's how it's moving.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Go up.
Okay. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, that is... So that moved already just over 100 thousandths.
100,000.
That's 100. That's almost 1/8 of an inch. So 3.1 millimeters.
Okay.
The back has only moved 10 thousandths, and so
that toe is pulled in hard. I mean,
it's pushing out.
pushing out hard. Yeah.
Yes, because it's moving the tire, it's towing it in,
Yeah.
and that's what's making her so aggressive on the launch. Because then whichever tire has more weight on it is the way you're going into the wall.
Yeah.
But we don't want you going into the wall.
No.
Okay, so come back down. Okay, up, come back up to our line. Slow, slow, okay. Let me just 0 it again. We went over a little bit. So we're 0 and 0. And I'm going to put another mark approximately.
That's where we go up right there.
Yes, but so now we've just got to go super slow because this one's not really moving. This one's doing all the movement.
Okay.
So, okay, go ahead and super slow, and we're going to count the turns here. Okay. Okay, so there's one turn. And you see we still have to come up about 3/4.
Yeah.
So keep going.
That's
okay, there's two turns. Okay, keep going. 3 turns, keep going.
3.5 turn.
Okay, so you are moving 0.350 on the front. And you have now moved because we're above. We are now at 67. So 0.067 on compression.
So this is the back, this is the front.
Yep.
So actually we toe in or toe out right now. We
You're
toe
towing
out.
in.
Toe in.
Toe
yeah.
in because look how much longer the gauge got here
Yeah, we toe
versus
in.
there. But it moved.
Yeah.
So you are basically almost 3/8 of an inch, and by the time you take that to both sides, you're towing it in 3/4 of an inch.
So that means when the vehicle launch, we toe out.
Yeah, that's what we're going to check now. We're going to come back down to our stripe, and then we're going to let her back down and see how it moves the other way.
Yeah.
And then we're going to change the shims, and because right now your control arm is coming up.
Yeah.
Or the tie rod is coming uphill. So let's lower it back down till we get to 0 again, till we see our first line. Okay, keep going. Going. Okay, up just a tiny bit. There. Okay. There and there. Okay, let's let it drop now to full extension, like the strut's going to bottom out. So it should, okay, there's 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns, 4 turns, almost 5. So you're,
almost 5 turns.
So you're 488 thousandths there, and this one has only moved. Bring her back up to here so I can just see it. Okay. All right, bring her back down one more time. Okay, so the rear has moved 78 thousandths.
That's a big difference, man.
It is. But this is more the stable because it's the tie rod's connected here, so it's throwing the front of the tire.
I guess if you put the tie rod, took the spacer out, thing change crazy.
I want to check it.
Yeah.
I want to see what it's going to do.
Okay.
And so basically this is plus and minus on both. So you are literally between, if it extends the suspension on launch and comes all the way almost to the full extension, and then when the nose is dropping on shifts because you're out of the power just for, even because do you lift at all, or you just clutch shift and go?
Just clutch shift and go.
So no throttle movement, you're still flat on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but with the clutch disengagement, the nose is still technically dropping and then coming. So you could literally be moving 1.5 inches combined on both sides with this.
That's a lot.
That's huge, Bob. That's huge. So we need to now, let's take the spacer out and let's check it and see where we are.
Okay.
Because we might need to find a sweet spot in there somewhere Either that or potentially adjust the rack location.
Okay.
All right. But see how that makes some sense there?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, there's your whole issue right there, my friend. I mean, it's like, yeah, just
Now we took the spacer out of the steering tie rod and then see how things change. I bet you it's more crazy.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna kind of circle that and spacer.
Yeah, so we keep add up the spacer until we find the right spot for the steering rod. Whew. I get it now.
All right, 0, 0. Okay. Oh, we got to bring it up. Sorry, we got to zero it again. That might be why it was looking funny. So we might have to have you touch that wheel. Yeah. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Go ahead and bring that steering back to the right for me now. Until we're 0. Keep going. 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 Okay, let's go right about there. All right. Okay, so, all right, so now we'll do, this was extension. Okay, let's jack it up, but count the turns.
Okay, you count that side, I'm count this side.
Okay.
There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
turns.
5 turns.
And, okay, so you went, that's a whole ½ inch. So, plus, no, that's minus now. That is still minus. So 500, okay, bring it back down to the line. Okay. Okay, let's do that again.
Maybe lower it a little more that we'll go.
Well, I was so in watching that go, I wasn't paying attention here.
Yeah.
Okay, so come back.
Here
Okay,
we go,
so
right there.
All right, come back up and I'll count these again for sure. Okay,
So 1, 2, right there.
Wow. So yeah, we're 205. Minus 0.205. So she moved about the same, but it moved together.
So compared to the spacer and non-spacer, still
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, let's bring it back down to the mark. Okay. We'll zero these again. Come on.
Right there.
Okay, let's drop it now or lower it.
All the way down. 1 turn, 2, 3, 4, 4.25 in the front.
Still going down.
Yep, 4.25.
Okay. That was a lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
That's a lot of movement. It actually buried the gauge over here. And this one's not touching anymore.
Yeah.
So it towed out big time. Okay. Let's bring it back up to there. And I want to do that again. Holy moly.
You see, it's changing a lot, man. Yeah. That's why I say how you alignment this thing.
Yeah.
When its toe is changing because the camber, they, you know, the camera is changing so quick. Actually, the wheels move like this.
Yeah, I'm going to try and offset this just so I can get more of a number. Because this
Yeah, pay attention to the plate. That's, you know, like pretend it's the wheel. See how much thing change. See, it's toe in. If you go up, that means your vehicle is sit on the tire is low. And then this how you launch the car. The vehicle rise up, the wheel toe out like crazy. So that's why this thing is like keep twisting the tire and they want to hit the wall. That changed a lot, Bruce.
It's changing a ton.
Come on, man. How we?
Yeah, you're like, yeah, you're going crazy.
Yeah, that's why it makes sense for me to lock the strut to try to make the run, because this thing is changing a lot. I spent day to figure out this, so this is just like toe in and toe out too much. No way.
No
way.
Can't
no
like
way. You know, it's no way.
Not live.
No way. You know, because the vehicle is when they launch and then they sit, and then when you apply the power, it's launch. The height of the car changing, but your wheel have to be stay straight. Your wheel have to be stay straight. Otherwise, your car can't run. Oh my God.
So.
Yeah, what's the roller pretend that this thing go up and down? Oh, we get. See.
Okay.
What's the roller change? That's a lot. Yeah, it's hard to figure it out how we can spacer or move the rack up, how high. I don't know, it's movement just too much because the lower control arm and the steering rack both is move at the wrong direction. So I'm thinking about this low control arm have to be mounted somewhere here. So actually have to be straight with the rack and pinion. That maybe help. But I don't know. This is such a weird. We still figure it out. Yeah, so we swap the low control arm underneath of the traction bar. You know, the way it go before is the low control arm on top of the traction bar. So now it's on the bottom. And we put like, that's a 2.5 inches spacer on the steering rod and do the test, see what happened. Run up. You count that one and count this one?
Yes.
Okay.
So hang on, before you jack, I'm at basically 4.5, and you're basically between the 4 and the 5, just so
okay.
you lose track of turns.
Okay.
Okay, up you go.
Still move.
1 turn.
2, 2.5. Yep.
Okay, but you came down and I came down, so it's towing in. Okay, so you only went 2 turns and I went 148 minus, and you went, so you went 2 turns?
2.5.
2.5, so 250. Okay, let's bring it down to ride height again.
One down?
Yep. Oh, there she was. Okay.
Yeah, me and Bruce spent very good time, like 2-3 hours.
About 2.5, 3 hours.
Two and a half, 3 hours in the afternoon, evening here, and we figured it out. Actually, we moved the low control arm by switch them between the traction bar and the low control arm. Where they used to have like low control arm on top of the traction bar, now we move the low control arm on the bottom of the traction bar. So that means the angle is changed on the low control arm, and we put the spacer on the steering rod, and thing changes huge.
Yes, we are 22 thousandths toe out.
Yeah.
Now.
No.
And we still have some room to fine tune it.
So we are still working on those low control arm spacer, try to put it a little bit lower, and working on the spacer on the steering rod.
Yes,
so
sir.
I think we find a solution to figure it out to solve this problem.
Yep.
Somebody not gonna sleep tonight.
No,
but,
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm still gonna be thinking about it.
But at least we're happy.
Yeah, we are happy. Yep.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thanks, Fong.
You awesome,
Okay,
man.
buddy. All right.
Yeah, we finally figured out the way to fix the Phoenix suspension. So we changed the. I already said this, but just want you guys to take a look closely. Before, the low control arm joint is on top of traction bar, so that will be changed a lot of angle for the spindle. Now we take the low control arm, put on the bottom of traction bar, and we add the spacer, so we get very less pump steer. So actually we working on this. We're gonna add little bit tiny more washer on the steering rod. So try to put more spacer on the steering rod. That's what I would say. And then actually this will be very weak. They will twist the plate, but I gonna make another plate to bolt on these two bolts right here. They used to be for the caliper bracket. So I make another plate stay on top of this steering rod. So actually we have two plates, one on the bottom, one on top, and we weld another plate between to keep the whole thing solid. I think that's the only solution to solve the problem for the Phoenix. Yep, it's a big move today. Actually, at least we found the problem, and then continue to working on it. So very soon, and you know, we will keep the wheel straight and fix the problem. Well, that will be it for the night. And me and Bruce, you know, work together. We spend a good 3-4 hours on the evening, and we on the right track. Yeah. So at least we found a solution to fix the Phoenix. Instead of changing the whole suspension, we just like change the angle for the arm and the steering rod, and seems like it worked. Yeah, I'm so happy right now. Yep. Appreciate you guys watching. I see you tomorrow.